Hello everyone, it's Pat here again with a nice little video to show you how to make a nice little pair of wire earrings. I've got them sitting here on my Kleenex box because that's an ideal way to do your gluing, is to pop them into something like the Kleenex box while I'm putting the post on, and also the little rhinestone that I added into the center. So that's just a little hint that might be helpful when you're making something that you need to use glue on, and use a cardboard from the Kleenex box works excellent. So what I'm using today is 24 gauge wire. I've got another couple here of samples to show you what they look like. They're little, so I'm going to hold them up as close as I can so you can see a little better. I used 24 gauge wire. I took a couple of pieces that are 4 inches long and then another piece that's 6 inches long. And I'm going to take the 4-inch pieces are my base pieces. And so I'm going to take the 6-inch piece, find the approximate middle, and I'm going to do a wrap on these 4-inch pieces with this. Now it's really hard to get this wrap to go really nice and tight close together, so we'll just do an extra one. Do 3 wraps around is what I like to do. I'm going to do one more so that I can eliminate the last one, or the first one, pardon me. So then we'll go in with the pliers and give it a crimp. And I'm going to use this one, and I'm going to take this one back to the point where I can use it on the other side. So I want one coming from each side. So since I've got a little bit of a mark there, I'll take the nylon jaw pliers and straighten that out now. Always great to use these whenever you're wire. So there we go. So I've got one coming from each side. Now bring them up to the center, and I'm going to do a twist with them. And you can either do that with your fingers or you can use the pliers. The pliers will give you a little tighter twist, so go around with the pliers and give a twist. So that's the start of our earring, the center of the rose flower. So then we're going to take these 2 wires and I'm going to wrap them, and one at a time, and every half turn I'll overlap them. So there's the first overlap right there, and then this one's going to come up over top of that one. I might not need my clamp anymore. Again, I've got that little kink there, but we'll get rid of it pretty soon. Bring that one over top there, and then bring this one over top. So once we get started with the middle, then I often take the chain, either the chain nose or the nylon jaw pliers and squish down, because that'll give us a nice firm center on our work here. So we'll give it a squeeze down, and this one's loose, so I'll give it a pull. Oh, wrong one. This is the working wire. So continue to do the overlap every half turn. Wrap this way, and this one, we're going the same direction. Just running one over top of the other as we go. Same direction. And the more times you overlap, the more curly that you get your flower. So overlap. I guess you can do it more like a quarter turn than a half turn. A half turn might be too much to wait. And if it's getting a little loose, we can tighten it up, or we can leave it loose too, because it looks nice when they're loose too. So anyway, we get it around like that, and again, just maybe one more wrap. Okay, that's big enough. So the wires are long enough that you can make your pair on the same wire. So we're going to cut away the excess here. I always like to use a bit more than enough, because I find that if I don't have enough to wrap, it's going to make it very difficult. Like little short pieces are very hard to wrap. So we'll just cut away this piece and this piece. Then of course your round nose pliers are the ideal plier for tucking ends. Grab that end and tuck it in around this end and tuck it in. So now to finish our little flower, we're going to cut away these holding wires and do a little fold at the back. So turn to the back and we'll cut away one side about equal with the flower, but be sure to only cut one side at a time because it could fall off the holding wires. So then bring this in like a little curl, and this one on this side, same thing, we'll cut away. As I said, you could do both pieces of your earrings, both earrings on one wire, but just so that I can show you how to finish the back, I'm doing this first. So we'll just get those wires so that they're not picking on anything. So that's your back. This is the front. And then I used these posts that have a cup. So they have a little piece on here that makes it easier to put a little bit more glue in. So we'll put the glue into that and glue them on like so. And that's where the Kleenex box comes in really handy. You can pop these in and put the glue in and then put the little flower piece on top. And I used this rhinestone. It's just a tiny little SS6, and so when I glued, I used the E6000 with the metal post, and then I used the GNS Hypo Cement when I put the rhinestone on, because the rhinestone doesn't need a whole lot of glue, but it's good when you're using anything metal like the metal post to use E6000. So I hope you enjoy making a little pair of wire earrings with a rhinestone in the middle, or they look really nice without the rhinestone as well. Thanks very much, and bye for now.